All right, you the owner. So no one else works here. Aha! So I bet you're the person I spoke to on the phone. Yeah. I'm the vamp who called you last night and requested this meeting. Oh, right you are. Your office. After you. No, I don't usually visit spell and potion shops. However, there are a few things that bring me here. Well, it's complicated, you see. I don't mean to sound creepy when I say this, but there's this intriguing quality about you. Something I don't think you're even aware of. I've seen you before, last week, actually, in the local graveyard. Yeah, you were talking to someone I couldn't see. No, wait. I'm not here to make fun of you for having hallucinations or an imaginary friend. Whatever explanation you think I've come up with. Now, I'm not a mental health professional, and that's definitely not why I'm here. Wait. It's important. No, don't call the police. I'm not a stalker. Will you just give me 30 seconds to explain? Fine. Thank you. I'm here because I know what you saw. And I know that it was real. 'Cause I sense magic coming from you. Magic I haven't seen in a very, very long time. That person you were talking with, they were dead, weren't they? Why else would you be in a graveyard? My point is, to be blunt, that you're fucking Necromancer. I'm not lying. The magic I felt coming from you, well, it scared the shit out of me. It was pure death. And by that, I mean I felt exactly the same way I did when I carked it. There was this intense weight on my chest, and then pain in my ribs, like I could almost feel the vehicle running me down all over again. What do you mean? Ah, shit. You can't tell the difference, can you? Between the dead and the living. Well, corporeal, if you're counting vampires and elemental spirits. What the hell do I have to do to get you to believe me? You want me to prove I'm a vampire? Fine. There. You can't fake fangs. Is that good enough for you? There are two things you should know about vampires. We don't talk about our deaths, and we absolutely do not show our fangs to anyone not of the blood, if you get what I mean. I just broke both of those unspoken rules. So hold your tongue and believe me. Thank you. No, I went out of my way to tell you all of this because I want to be a mentor. Based on how unsuppressed your aura is, I can tell you're extremely powerful, but inexperienced. I can help you control it. No. I've been working with magic, especially dark magic for longer than you've been alive. Just consider it. That's all I ask. Here's my business card. I am a magic consultant and, as you know, a vampire. So I don't usually have much to do and I'm available around the clock. No, we don't sleep. And my vampiric preternatural sense is telling me that you don't do much of that either. Those ghosts are keeping you awake. Yeah, well, I can help with that too. Look, give me a call if it gets too overwhelming. I'll be waiting. Good evening. Good morning. It's Aconite Private Magic Consulting. How can I help you? Ah, the Necromancer. I've been waiting all night. Speaking of which, you should be asleep right now. What is it? 2:30, 3 in the morning? Oh, 4 a.m? I guess time flies when you're immortal. So I was right about the ghost keeping you up, huh? What did they even talk to you about? Oh, that's awful. I know I couldn't handle being constantly vented at, especially not about how they died. Yeah, it makes sense they tell you all about their regrets in life. Must be pretty depressing. Well, anyway. Did you consider my offer? Trial basis? Huh. Yeah, I could work with that. When do you want to begin our work together? Right now? Wait, you're at work, aren't you? Why the hell are you? Ah. Well, I guess that's okay if you live in the flat above the shop. Wait. You just told me where you live. Isn't that, like, a bad idea? Oh, you trust me? Well, that's a mistake. I'm not saying I'm untrustworthy. I'm saying you shouldn't believe in the integrity of people so easily. It's naive. And, no pun intended, it will come back to haunt you. No, that's not a threat. It's a warning. But I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I am here to show you how to take control of it. I'll be on my way right now. I'll be there in, 10 minutes? See you in a bit. I know I just told you that I'm not going to micromanage your life, but you really should lock that door. Does anyone else live here, or just you? Yeah, of course. Mustn't forget the ghosts. How many of them are there? Oh, so it's not the same ones all the time. Just whoever's dead and in the area. That is very interesting. Once they figure out you're not going to bring them back to life, they piss off. Well, I guess we should get down to business. You good to go? Nah, we're not training here. Unless you have a dueling room in the back that I didn't see. Yeah, we're going to the PMCC. That's the Public Magic Combat Centre. It's barely morning, but they're open 24/7. Don't tell me you've not been there before. Fucking what? You're a sorcerer, and probably the first necromancer in centuries. Where do you practice magic? Of course you're a sorcerer. Have you not been tested before? You sell magic aptitude tests, Necromancer, and you've never even taken one. So your parents identified you as an enchanter, and you just left it at that. Okay, we really must work on your gullibility. What are they? Conjurers? Mages? Oh. Non-magical. Well then, maybe it wouldn't be too hard to believe that you also had minimal casting ability. Well, since you're a necromancer, there are a few categories you could be affiliated with, in terms of casting type. I assume you're a sorcerer, but you could also be a summoner, a battle mage, high sorcerer, and an archmage. Maybe even a circle mage. But there's the slimmest of possibilities that you could have a specialised role. But I'm pretty sure those are just myths and rumours. Right. Specialised roles are just for casters whose skill at their magical affinity is greater than the highest casting rank. So eye sorcerers and archmages. They're truly one of a kind, and their names are usually based on major arcana tarot cards. I'll use astrological affinities as an example. The specialised role of the lunar magic affinity is the moon, for the stellar, the star, and for solar, the sun. Yeah, you got it. But for a necromancer, like your good self, well, it'd just be death. But honestly, I'm more than sceptical about all of that. If there were really casters above the highest rank, why didn't they help their affinities during the Great Wars? It's not like it's easy to become that skilled. They need centuries of practice to even come close to the abilities of the higher ranked casters. And if they're that old, they definitely had the opportunity to pitch in during battles. Anyway, we should get back on task. I have a little shopping list for us before we start your training, and we can probably find the items right here in your establishment. First on the list, circle casting chalk. Yeah, bone of dusk should work fine. Then we'll need some wards against evil spirits and a bunch of those pre-packaged healing spells. Hell, just grab all of them. I'd also suggest a basic staff or wand, but I want to see what you can summon first. Got everything? Excellent. Oh, and don't forget the magical aptitude test. I'm really curious as to what you'll get. Right you are, let's go. So, what are you hoping to see on your test results? A circle mage. That's aiming pretty low, but whatever floats your boat. No, because they take literally forever to cast spells. They're all perfectionists who need to have their circles drawn flawlessly proportionate. I once saw one of them take an hour and a half to draw a fucking 2-foot wide pentacle. What kind of caster would I want to be? I think I'd just stay a vamp if I had the choice, to be honest. Well, vampires really are just magic wielders who died under the right circumstances. If the body and brain are still mostly intact at the time of death, then there's a good chance they'll come back as one of us. Yeah, I asked myself that too. Why vampires? Why aren't we resurrected as ghosts or poltergeists instead? After a bit of thinking, I wondered if it was because wielders feed off magic. When I was alive, I could easily take energy from the magic particles in the air, but now that I'm dead, I don't have access to that anymore since I don't have a soul. At least, not one that can process energy the way living supernaturals can. Hence the blood drinking. It's the most direct way to access the magical energy of others. Yeah. I was an archmage when I was alive. A pretty epic one too. I fought in the Great Wars, killed a bunch of monsters and worked as a bounty hunter on the side. I was expecting to have an awesome, honourable death. But instead, I got run over by some fucking arsehole drunk driver. Yeah, I can still wield magic. It's just that instead of having an elemental affinity for offensive casting, I prefer to use blood magic now. Okie doke, we're here. Morning. We'd like to rent a dueling room. Yeah, 2A's perfect. We'll probably be using it for maybe 3 hours. Does that work for you, Necromancer? Great. No, I'll pay. Trial basis, remember? I gotta make it count. Cool. It'll be the second door to your left. Here's the key. Hey, are these things reusable? The magic aptitude tests. I want to take one and see if I still have the same powers I had when I was alive. Hold on, let me check the instructions. Oh, cool. You can use it 3 times. I'll just set it up, then we can get started. Here we go. Now it's ready. Just place your hand on the circle and draw on your power. You can't even draw on your power. Well, yeah, that is kind of a bad thing. Most casters, even enchanters that could barely light a match, learn to pull magic from the air, or from themselves if they're powerful enough, from a very early age. But no worries. I can tap your power for you. You just pop your hand in the circle, right in, and use your other end to hold on to mine. Holy shit! That was strong. I only drew from the edge of your available energy. But that tiny amount filled up the entire pentacle with magic. I knew you were powerful, but I didn't think you'd have this much potential. If this is what I think it is, then... never mind. It looks like that test is about to yield results. I'll start with your affinity, then your recommended casting type, then your casting rank. It's starting to come through. Okay, yeah, you're a necromancer. We knew that, but confirmation is always a good thing. And your recommended casting method is unassisted draw. Nice. And then last but not least... No way. Right, hey, I think this test is faulty. It's saying you're something that doesn't exist. The tests can't be wrong. Well, then you've been fucking lying to me, haven't you? What does it say? What does it say? If this thing has even a shred of truth to it, you should know exactly what it says. If you're still committed to playing dumb, then why don't you take a look for yourself? It's written right in the middle of the circle. Yeah, the Grim fucking Reaper. Now call it what you will. The Ghost King, the fourth horseman of the apocalypse in Christianity. The Shinigami in Japanese culture, as Santa Muerte in Mexican culture, Thanatos in Greek mythology. That is you. I'm too atheist for this shit. I'm taking a walk. I've got to think about things.